Really, Sega? Just really? I don't get the point of this. I'm just gonna say this here. I'm not even gonna do an introduction for this. I'll say this here. I'm not really mad. Other people are upset. I'm not really upset. I really don't care. But I want to do a video over this because why not? If you haven't heard today, the infamous games known as Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric, it's same as Shattered Crystal is getting this, but those games are getting another game. Sonic Boom Fire and Ice. Yeah, I have a problem with this, and I kind of don't. I not really don't, but I'll get into this later on. Sonic Boom Fire and Ice is a sequel to Shattered Crystal, and you know what my problem with this is? It's, you know what, here, I'll skip that. I'll talk about the game first. Of course, like, Shattered Crystal's game is a Metroidvania game, but now you have a gimmick of fire and ice because, you know, gimmicks always work so well with Sonic. I'll give the game this. They don't look like they're going to be super gimmicky. Like, you just, like, I'll have, like, the trailer up in this, but it most looks like you're just going to be turning, like, to a fireball, or you get, like, ice powers or something. I don't know, like, you can break ice. I don't know. It's just stupid and really, it looks like a boring gimmick, honestly. Just to have, like, block puzzles, which I don't care about, because, you know, block puzzles work so well with Sonic, but the thing is, about this, well, you know one thing that really makes me mad is, like, if you saw in the trailer, they're making a big deal about, like, oh, you can now play as Amy, which you could do in Rise of Lyric. So what's the big deal? I don't really get the point of that, like, I don't know. But basically, it's like a Metroidvania game. You know, if you've seen Metroid, or if you've seen any Metroid Castlevania games, or Guacamole, or anything, really, you know, you're gonna know what this game is, simply. But yeah, it's literally just a not Rise of Lyric. It's basically just Shattered Crystal, except with the ice and fire gimmicks. Not really a big deal. I'll give the game this, at least graphically, it looks better than Shattered Crystal. Not by much, but it does. I'm gonna get into the main topic of this is why I'm not really excited for this one. It kind of pisses me off a little bit. It's the fact that, you know, basically it's like, you know, here's what I'll do. I woke up today and you know what I heard? I saw new Sonic game. I was like, oh, sweet, you know, new Sonic game. And it's the fact that, it's not the fact that it's a Boom game. I don't really give a crap about that. It's the fact that Sega knew that we hated Rise of Lyric and Shattered Crystal, and you said, you know what? We want to make money off our TV series. If you don't like that, then you can go fuck off. Here's the thing. Who made Sega popular? It certainly wasn't Sega. Remember the Game Gear and the Master System? Yeah, those didn't sell perfectly at all. And you know why? Because they didn't have many fans back then to basically, you know, boost their profit. It's when the Genesis came out with Sonic when fans got excited. Keyword there, fans. They're only alive because the fans are around. Look at Konami now. They got in so much trouble from their fans, they basically had to apologize and do all this other stuff for it. Look at Capcom. Sega's gonna end up doing this because you know what they're saying? They're basically like, you want a real Sonic game? One that you guys will enjoy? No, you get this crappy little spin-off that nobody really cares about. Yeah, good job there, Sega. Good job. And I do, like, I mean, the game could turn out to be great. You know, we could be proven wrong. But here's the thing that bothers me, though, is people didn't, as I said earlier, people didn't like Shattered Crystal. And I honestly think, in their, like, little room they talk in, the boardroom for Sega, I think, like, okay, what we'll do is for the next Sonic game, we'll pick the one, like, we'll pick the Boom game that people hated the less and just make a sequel to that. Since people hated Rise of Lyric, oh, we'll make one of Shattered Crystal since it wasn't hated as much. Yeah, good job there, Sega. Good job. The other thing that really bothers me about this, though, is the fact that it just seems now that Sega doesn't really care. Like, because if you look at it this way, this is basically a business suicide for them. Because, like, we'll make this 3DS game, which, I mean, it's a 3DS game, it doesn't cost that, I mean, it isn't as hard to make as, like, something like on the PS4, Xbox One, or Wii U. But I mean, it's just a cheap, like, license game, but the fact is that basically what they're doing is business suicide for this point, because, look at it this way. I thought it was like, what they're trying to do is they want to boost the Boom stock. They want to go boom, you know, fun. But here's the thing. Since I said earlier, the games are so infamous for being terrible, people aren't going to watch them. I mean, if you look at, if I'm watching the trailer on the Nintendo YouTube channel, as of right now, the dislikes are 919 thumbs up, 1,377 thumbs down, and this thing's only been up for a few hours. I think it's only been up for an hour or two now. That's not a good sign. That's an actually awful sign. Like, I bet Sega's like freaking out and be like, oh my god, people aren't going to buy our game. I mean, look at Boom and Shattered Crystal. I think Shattered Crystal, I'm trying to think how much Shattered Crystal sold. I think it did like 190K, pretty sure, which is, like, and that's that, because it sold better, and that's pathetic for a Sonic game. That's really, really pathetic. Considering you have such a big mascot like Sonic, that's absolutely pathetic. You know, I hate Lost World for all it is, but you know, I could actually finish Lost World. I couldn't do that for Rise of Lyric. I got an hour into the game, and I drop it like that, because it's terrible, and I'm not going to play it, ever. I say that, but watch me LP it, eventually. But, it's pathetic. It really is. At this point, legit, Sonic, his new stuff, dead to me. Because after Lost World, I mean, tell you what you will, I know some people like Lost World, I don't have a problem with that. I hate it, personally. And I can understand how people like it, but, you know, that was the time I was like, you know, I can understand Lost World, it's a new game style, they can't get it perfectly. It still sucks, but, you know, they still stuck with it. They still, so the boost formula, but, you know, I'll take what I can get. It's when Boom comes out, I'm like, you know what, this is literally, I know people don't like when you compare it to 06, but it literally is 06 too. A Sonic game that pretty much kills all the hope people had. It's super glitchy, you know. I have no hope for Sonic anymore, and that's sad. When I can stick with a franchise for 20 years after multiple bad games. Because let me say this here. Before somebody says, oh, you can handle Sonic or something, I don't know. I've played Heroes. Actually, I've played Adventure 2, because that game's it's a mess as well. I've played Shadow. I've played Riders. Riders Zero Gravity. Did I say Shadow? I think I said Shadow. I've played 06. I've played Secret Rings. I've played Chronicles. I've played, let me say a secret. I have played every single, mostly every Sonic game, besides like the Sonic Schoolhouse and the Sonic Patrol car thing. I've played every single one of those terrible games. So, I know what I'm talking about on this. I've stuck with these terrible games before, but when it's Sonic Boom, a spin-off, can drive me over the edge, that's pathetic. And that's why I have no hope for Sega after this. If they simply want to rely on... Here's the thing. I don't get this. If they want to make a Metroidvania game, then do it another series. I get why, like a Sonic's your cash cow. You have to do that, and he makes you money. But you know what? Do a different series. It's not going to kill you. Maybe that if you release that, the series will get popular. I mean, Sega isn't really popular here besides Sonic. But look in Japan. You have Yakuza, which sells massively. Sonic is terrible there. But Sonic does well here. You know what else did well here? Streets of Rage. Why not make one of those? Just put it out there. But that's basically my little... That's me throwing my hissy fit over Sonic Boom, I guess. I don't know. Am I excited for the game? No. But if you are, that's fun. And if you are, tell me what... Here, just tell me what you think of Sonic Boom in the comment section thingy. And, yeah. I don't know. And sad, too, because I actually had a Sonic LP planned to do pretty soon. I don't even know if I really want to do it now, because I know if I do, I'll ran over Boom a lot. And it's not Boom, by the way. But, yeah. I will never play. I'll never say, I'll never buy something. Actually, before I do that, let me say, for people, I'm just going to say, if people are going to get pissed at me for this, but you notice how this game slightly looks better than Shattered Crystal? Remember when Boom got announced, and it looked okay? Not great, it looked okay. I still think it looked kind of crappy, but other people thought it looked okay. Notice how it got worse the more trailers came by. Just watch this game before you decide to buy this game. Just watch the more trailers of it to see if it looks worse the more you do it, because it's terrible. It's a terrible idea to buy Sonic games now on day one. Just point this out here because they're usually terrible. But that's it. Thank you all for listening to my hissy fit over Sonic Boom. Fire Nice. Are you excited for this game? Personally, I'm not, but if you are, that's fun. Tell me what you think, and I'll see you guys another time. Later, guys. Mr. Horse, what is your opinion on Sonic Boom Fire and Ice?
Las cucarachas entran, pero no pueden salir.
No, sir. He doesn't like it.
Thank you, Mr. Horse.